training now. And after that, a little bit later, another karaoke. So I'm gonna do some karaoke hosting for a couple times per week, basically Sunday and Monday, which works, and the rest of the week focus more on the training. So yeah, it is. So now I'm gonna do the warm up and gonna go a little bit of more of the conditioning. Second. I can see some viewers setting up, so feel free to join the chat. Hi. Hi. Well, let me see at the chat settings, all messages. Okay, yeah, feel free to join the chat, guys. So just warming up for the training. I'll show you in a bit. I'm gonna warm up a little bit more. It's gonna be a boxing bag anyways, so I'll show you. But then I'm gonna have like a little bit of intervals. I'll do for conditioning. Question. Okay. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate all the kind words. For those who watch me first time, I'm married. My husband is usually in the chat, moderating as well. It's just now he's sleeping home, so I do training, then I'm working, so it's quite a busy day for me today. You ever fight? Well, actually, interesting enough, I just asked the owners of this gym. They're having a boxing tournament, like a semi-professional, let's go that way. So and here we're gonna do like how you call that? Like boxing matches. And I've been asking if there's any girls, and now there is potentially someone my weight. She's a kickboxer and MMA fighter, actually. So, but well, she probably has good enough sparring, so we would do boxing. And I don't know. she's been competitive apparently, so she's way ahead than me. And well, some people know that I used to do the amateur boxing. That was 10 years ago. Then I just kept training, watching fights, you know, like just having my life around that field. And like this year, I decided to, why wouldn't I try to do the pro record and you know, prepare for the fight, potentially here in Southeast Asia as a good start, maybe Thailand as well. But now there is opportunity for me to get kind of like an experience back. And yeah, it might be, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit like, wow, like excited, and it's been a while. I did sparrings, like heavy sparrings, but somehow it's like, I don't know why it's different, the mindset when you're like in the training. It's just a training. But sometimes you go, like some people go full in, and it's not that much different from, you know, what would be the actual fight. But when it's a fight, you're like, oh my God, it's like, you know, you have so much, you put so much pressure on yourself. So I'm also training that now. You know what? Fuck that. I'm just gonna enjoy. I'm gonna do my conditioning, and I'm gonna do my best there. I'm gonna be smart. I'll try to see and look up for the girl, and you know, if we did a matchup, I'll just look at her style, you know, like certain things just to analyze it before the fight, and yeah, just try to fight. So might be a thing that if that works, if she agrees, maybe we do an actual like a live stream or a video at least that I can upload, and you guys can watch me fighting. It's probably gonna be 3 rounds, but we shall see. Girls usually have 2 rounds, but it's amateur, in amateur boxing. And I'm not sure which is better to start for me. Guys saying like, oh, whatever you agree on, it's like, doesn't really matter for them. She might have a better stamina than I am, but I'm not gonna overthink about it. So yeah, might be a fight to show actually. Anyways, yeah, let's just gonna keep warming up. Like after my main training, I'll show you, I'll try to respond to questions. I'll try to respond to the questions and stuff, but now I'm gonna do my primary training first. Can you make some shorts about boxing combos? I will do, okay? I'll do like that's a good idea actually, and good idea for me as the content as well. So I'll try to make it tomorrow, like a few, and gonna just upload them. All right, I'm just gonna put this here. Good back, I can see the time. So, yeah. Huh? Ah, he's okay. He's coming on. We просто не встретились. Huh? Yeah, no, yeah. He messaged you. He was yesterday, but he's being on and off. Yeah. Well, whenever you can, we can go somewhere. It's like no, not a problem. You also prepare for your fight, right? Yeah. Yeah, of course, right? So, okay. Well, guys, here we go. I'm gonna do the intervals. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go explosive combos. Like last time, I would do like a burnout, then I would go like a heavy, and then it would be like a bouncing, just be like active on the feet, like an active rest. But I'm gonna focus on things that actually would be the most useful in the ring. So now I've been actually, if that fight works, and I think that's a good idea to start thinking about that I'm having an upcoming fight. What do I need on, and like what I need to train and focus on. So I would try to get the middle and the close stance. And despite my footwork being good enough, I'm not gonna try to be like this. To me, it's always safer to come here, press, bump, bump, bump. And when it comes to the combos, so having an endurance, like having like a fast, explosive, 2, 3, sometimes 4 punchers. And that is a good way. I mean, obviously it depends on the pace. First round might be like palm catching and stuff like that, but then when it gets active, like you need you need your body to be used to like moving like boom, 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 like that kind of, those kind of punches and combos. So yeah, let's just mimic the same principle, and I'm gonna have I'll do like 30 seconds, or let me think, 20 seconds this and 20 seconds bouncing and back to the 20 seconds, maybe shorter interval after like that. Let's try that. So I'm gonna start in 40 seconds. Start in the 40 seconds here. Boom. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds left. Make this combo. Yeah, we're getting there. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. Okay. And time. Okay, 20 seconds bouncing. Just 1, 2, 3. Straight punches. 10 more seconds. Go. Bouncing again. Five. Bouncing. Okay, rest. Yeah, improv is good, but I kind of take like the most basic combos, more like the ones to react when someone comes on you, like boom, boom, Drop them. The best one is honestly bump, bump, bump. Doesn't matter where it lands. Because essentially it's like a combo from the few directions. Okay, resting. 10 more seconds. And now like this. Boom, boom, boom.
Tirar pra coisa dele? E agora dentro aqui, os caras estão muito difíceis. Aí foi que o swing viu, né, cara? É, foi que eu essa gatinha. Não, loucura, você
One more minute.
Puxar separado. Ah, e a gente passa
так вот, я отходил к этим, они мне выправили так, что я начал выправлялся, я нашли, да, они нашли, то есть там было планировано. Да, вообще, то есть мне, на этом примете сигарет, то есть мне этих работал.
That's a conditioning. Yeah, it's a good advice. Right now what I'm focusing on is something that one sec. This is something that's the fastest thing I can train on. Is just being able to throw those punches fast enough. I'm not even focusing on full power right now. Like a balance between explosive power and momentum and the pacing as well. Okay? Okay, let's do one more round, okay? Is it cold there? No, it's super hot. Okay. It's longer.
подбрось, не знаю, можно и делать, вот так выезжаешь,
Short punches. Я точно, более говоря, во-первых, если ты будешь набить за опыт, я не вижу, как правильно. Так, я My right knee got a little bit numb. Oh, gotta rest a little bit.
Если бы был прям жесткий, я специально ехал даже как ладно. Но это вот надо или
Well, this is the pace where if I had a fight tomorrow, this is the pace I could hold for 3 rounds. Considering that the pace changes. The first round you can play, you know, let them punch, don't let them really punch and that kind of stuff. But well, when I usually say conditioning wins, it does. But the question is that if you have that better conditioning on the opponent. So if you don't have a better conditioning, there is, or you know, at least if you go in their game, they're better trained in that one, then you gotta be smarter. So my strategy would be first round, I wouldn't go much, but also without, like if she would come offensively, my opponent, I would be just, you know, weaving, leaning like a, you know, catch jabs, catch crosses, that kind of stuff, you know? And also try to see for, okay, where she opens, when she throws punches, how she opens. Second round, a little bit more intensive. And essentially, the high press, I should be able to do like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Obviously switch positions, but as someone who been in like a better competitive shape years ago, but also then after a while I sparred. The thing is, you know all of that, but if you don't practice, like you don't teach your body to do like basically if you don't train on the back like you a similar pace you would have on the fight, also on the top you someone else trying to hit you, punch you, you're not going to be able to hold the pace, and the best you're going to be able to do is like sort of like a single punchers, maybe two punchers, like jab, cross and stuff. And you know, and then you're like, oh, but I know what to do, but like I kind of can't, or I'm scared to waste too much energy, that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, to avoid that, it's better to see where you are, to establish what is your pace on heavy bag, like technical sparrings or pad work with the coach. Doesn't matter. The main point is to establish the pace. And obviously on the trainings you gotta always keep a little bit, pushing a little bit beyond the limit. Especially like 2-3 times a week, you should have to have like those quite super intensive days when it comes to the like pushing your cardio, pushing your endurance, power, all that combined. So obviously this training helps, but that competition would be on the 6th December, meaning that I would have to 5-on-6. Is that the other girl who's a kickboxer originally, and I think she fights MMA too, if she agrees. But that's the thing, I don't have that much time. So now I'm kind of focusing on things that it's just the easiest to use, kind of the most simple things, like the most simple things that you're gonna need on the, like not even, obviously not elite level, those little things might not save you, but on the, you know, semi-amateur or semi-pro level, when you just want to start practicing fights and sparring, I think that there are certain things that help you to basically pace it better and therefore keep your endurance in check, therefore have a will to actually get to the end of the fight. Potentially, because I mean, being a knockout artist, if you discover that, that's great. Or if you train like a power all the time and boom, all of a sudden your punches are super heavy, good for you. But it's still, you still need to focus, try to train the exact time you have to fully be on the ring, or, you know, longer. Appreciate you, thanks chat. I'm Georgian and I'm doing practicing boxing. I'm live streaming while I'm doing it. Hey, new people. I just some guys are like, oh, girl sweating, punching on the back. Let me help her with the cardio. I already have a husband. He helps me with the cardio. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, please be respectful. Stick around for training. Stick around for whatever else. But yeah, I'm gonna start timing out and kicking out people if they just go a little bit way over the line. How long have you been boxing? Total 10. Oh, sorry. Like 10 years. 10 years. Amateur boxing, first 2 years, basically. But then, yeah, I retired early, and yeah, now after all these years, I thought, why wouldn't I try to, you know, go pro, but in my own pace, also creating content, bringing awareness when it comes to the health and longevity in the sports, but also a little bit chill attitude towards it. I mean, it's kind of like if you start that way and you start fighting and open the record, you're kind of gonna see on the way if it's something that you can go on a super high level or not. So worrying about it that I want to be that necessarily, that is one of the approaches, but another approach is just live your life, have it as the lifestyle and life approach. Try yourself, test yourself, put yourself through the challenge, and, you know, build up certain character traits, you know, being able to be resilient in life and endure certain things in life. It's quite a useful qualities, and it's easily developable from through training and martial arts and combat sports. Whew. I'm Georgian. I'm Georgian from the same country as Mirab and Ilya Tapuria, by the way. Yeah, that's good. I started practicing Muay Thai with Jim. Any tips? Well, Muay Thai, not my field necessarily, but I would go for same similar advice for all the combat sports and martial arts. Try to go for the how do you call that? Try to go for the stamina, endurance. Technique is gonna get better. You actually can spend lighter days to develop technique, work on the technique. The heavier days should really lay through your cardio. Like you should sweat, your lungs should burn, and you should do like intervals, like you would do in the boxing. Shorter intervals, longer intervals, doesn't matter. And gradually improve it. Improve time, improve the pace, and all that kind of stuff. How to start boxing completely newbie? I would still suggest to go to the closest gym or find a good gym, and the community there and the coach is going to guide you. It's like it's a great community. The martial art, combat sport communities are one of the greatest I ever encountered. So that's the first thing. Make that step. Go to the gym. How many hours do you train a day? Well, sometimes I don't train at all. Some days I train. Right now I train enough, as much as I can, but I train like when I do like a pacing, I try to, like now I did like a 3-minute, 1-minute rest. In between it was bouncing, like an active rest, but it was like replicating the pace, like a higher pace, if that would be on the ring. That kind of approach. Sometimes I go longer cardio, but obviously pacing it a little bit more. But I would still recommend more of the explosive burnout, and try to, I mean, if you do amateur, if you aim for amateur fights in the beginning, like let's say 3-4 rounds, or it's like a transitioning semi-pro, or like in females it can be considered a pro fight. Aim for it and train a little bit longer than that, and you know that you can hold that pace, and gradually increase. You can increase pace, you can increase time, both ways. What is a split you recommend for a female beginner? Split approach to strength training, you mean, or what? Can you please clarify the question? Ilya is now from Spain and Mirab is now an US citizen. Well, Dagestanis are Dagestanis, but they're from Russia as well. So, but in this case, it's like, you know where they come originally from. They speak fluent Georgian, both of them. They're close to their roots. So, I live in Vietnam now, so therefore I'm Vietnamese now. It's a little bit of, I think it's a little bit of flaw logic. Okay. Yes, for getting in shape. Well, as long as your muscle groups recover enough. So I would do, if you want to do split necessarily, and you want to do, let's say, back and biceps, chest and tricep, and you want to do legs and shoulders like a separate day. When you do each of the groups once a week, it has the entire week to recover if you do them at the exactly 6 days, right? So that is one of the approaches to the split. There is also an option to do full bodies a couple times, or sometimes even once, depending how you do it. Full bodies, you can just do full body. That might take longer time in the gym, but then you do, how to say that? You position them the way that you have enough times, at least 3 days in between, 2-3 days at least, to kind of recover. But that's not my favorite approach. Yeah, my motto is, as long as your muscle groups have enough time to recover fully, that is generally better for the recovery, muscle, tissue healing, hypertrophy, strength development, doesn't matter. Depends how you trigger them, meaning depends how you train them. Great, she's smart. appreciate it. I mean, I've been learning those things for 10 years. I haven't been only doing boxing. I've been focusing on the strength and conditioning and all that kind of stuff too. So I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay. You know, I'm done a little bit with the cardio, but I'm still, even though I'm not going to do like I did the, how you call it, the burnouts, and I'm not going to do strictly within the time. I'm just going to try to take one round and just pace it in my own pace, more like a freestyle, heavy back work, and but with the same approach, like 1, 2, 3, but inserting jabs to the stomach, you know, just to try to. And as I said, another thing, because it would be my, if that fight happens, that would be my first fight, like actually stepping in a ring, make it not like training sparring, but like a fight. I would do like, how to say it? I would try to keep my hands up and just press them too, because like I can basically just get bum, and ring is squared. As long as you do the right, you're not just coming after them and they kind of sidestep you. If you really know how to press, it's not that hard to do, but it's there are certain details. I believe it's a safer strategy. Obviously, I'm going to throw jabs, you know, that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to try this, okay? Boom. Unless it really works and it's going to be visible in the first round. If she's tough herself, if she's like the one that comes with like a 2-3 puncher combos, I'll try to keep them up, open for the gaps, push, so try to keep the fight as close as possible. Okay. All right. Keep going. Yeah. As a pad work, or mat is a train. Good. Oh. Okay, so. I felt a little bit way too much, but trying to like pump. Yeah, I'm also, you know, I can do that cleaner if I want to, that pump, you know, but the point is, as I'm not a big athlete at this level on the ring. So what I was more like literally imagining pushing someone, potentially getting hit, and just kind of pressing them around to switch that angle. So not just having like a clean bump, but literally pushing on their body and even like touching them, not even throwing the punch, just like use their own body as a support for myself to shift a little bit more confidently. And potentially I wouldn't have put too much power in it. Again, unless like I see, like it goes clean, because just go and try to go for a knockout. That's not the point. You wanna try to play smart in the fights, try to relax, get used to the environment, that kind of stuff. And obviously pace yourself as well. Be able to push through when you're tired. Make sure they are as tired as you are, at least if not more tired. And there are techniques how to do that too. So just going brawling, I mean, it's good. Willpower, endurance, essentially like brawling through the opponent. That also works. That is a powerful tool. But when you have everything is relatively proportional, all the abilities, cardio, power, technique, IQ, strategy, that just try to essentially do a good fight. And one of the main reasons why when the good fights don't happen is you want to do certain things like that super hard bum, like a B-wall style super combo that he's been practicing for many years and he's been committing a lot of time to. And you're like, oh, I'll do that when I go there. But in reality, it doesn't work for you. You cannot execute it. And that's the most frustrating because what happens, and that happens to me too, even now sometimes. Even when I imagine my opponent, for some reason I get like, well, that's the thing, I don't need to. On the certain things, that can be just easy. Only when I'm close there, I don't really need to bounce. I can just, use that pressing there, especially if it's comfortable for me. But, when you're overthinking, let me do this. No, you should do something that is as simple, and you try to learn how to use basics. Because that is the best thing. Then you can evolve. You can get better at it, So, whew. Okay, hey, if someone wants to start boxing, can you suggest some drills and stuff which I can do at home? Just curious, so can you tell me? Well, what you can do at home, and you basically will do that in the gym in the beginning too, is find a mirror, ideally that where you can see your entire body, and learn how to move your feet and hip. Like that first is that your body movement, and then you're like boom, 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 aim to your chin, and also you learn your elbows are not too high, so they're kind of dropped. And stomach is curled, because if something in a close distance, you need to be able to shrink. And just generally, it's good to be a little bit like this, because if you're like that, your stomach is exposed too much, right? So those things you can watch my live streams, you can watch other YouTube channels where they teach the basics. But then you can go like boom, boom, learn how to create explosive momentum. But then at the same time, you can still learn how to do shadow boxing, so a little bit more movement, steps, down, bouncing, like the pacing and that kind of stuff. But beyond that, you will have to go to gym. If you want, okay, let's say if you can get heavy back, maybe you can do that. Maybe you can have a friend, you can go outdoors, pad work. That's great. But then, again, gym is just the environment where you have a lot of other people who train together with you. You have coaches who can really guide you and prevent you from sort of making unnecessary mistakes. So yeah, that's kind of my suggestion. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, please don't spam. I'm just having training, and there is none of my moderators today. So, well, I'm just gonna ask you politely, and you do me a favor. Respect for you, girl. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. What your take on Dylan Dennis incident at the UFC recently? I didn't even look into it that much, honestly. I mean, it's just nonsense. But I don't know. I don't know what happened exactly. Whew. Okay.
Cross. Hey, Galena. Kick.
Boxing.
Good cross. Uppercut. Uppercut. Good cross. Jab. Come on, let's go.
Your punches seem short. Oh, they are. And tired. Yeah, they are. But also, this was something that if I would have a fight, which I might have soon, and it's kind of a challenge for me. But if I have a fight like within the next few days, instead of trying to wear myself out, unless I do it very like easy, doing like this, you know, like I would train, like boom. Like I can go longer, but generally I'm a shorter boxer too. So I still see, for me, not having the perfect or like good enough endurance yet and conditioning for it, and also, you know, experience. I want to get back to it, you know. So you gotta start from somewhere. My strategy would be push them and use that pressing, keep myself quite close. So just doing like this. I mean, if they're tired and not as tired, you can kind of show off a little bit, like, you know, get them like. But as I said, I'm talking about more potentially improving my chances of kind of imposing my game, because I'm usually shorter boxer, but it still works. Even if it's someone who's smaller than me, it still works. If I know how to do a proper pressing, it's not a bad thing to do. So like playing between like a middle distance, bam, 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 like closer distance, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It takes a long time to get into fighting stage. No, it's absolutely. But I think it's good for even for experienced win or lose, go for those semi-amateur type of fights, because you can test it. You can see basically what you got and what you don't get yet. So my purpose is also to share the journey, and that is part of the journey. It's not that pretty. It's full of insecurities. You know, it's like but it's also being open about like the matter was saying and teaching Tyson, and then Tyson was and still says that and preaches that everyone is scared. So, but it's about, do you put it internally so it slows you down, makes you feel depressed, makes you feel small against your opponent, or you push it outwardly and try to use it as your tool? Because everyone, especially someone who didn't have experience for a long time or didn't have experience at all, if they do a first fight, it's always scary. It is. Like, there is no point to playing tough. It is scary. But I know that practice, like pushing it internally, like outwardly, drop yourself into fight and flight state, and you know, just focus on that. Don't think about, oh, like if I win all those. No, you just go. And whatever happens, happens. That is like also a psychological part of it, how to practice that. Work on accuracy and timing. That is also a good point. So right now, I was just doing conditioning. So it would be more like, it's just like, boom, 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 like, boom, 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 like, you know, just to be able to. So my body is used to, at least partially, to do that, you know? Because if you don't do it at all, if you just work like, like if you work like this is what, that's the only thing you're going to be able to do on the ring, and that's not going to be enough, trust me. So it's a better idea to and if you even look at the elite boxers, what makes different from a good ones and the great ones, their speed and explosive momentum, but because they train on it, like they focus on it, they're not just doing like ha, they're like so they have different days for conditioning, but also you gotta put it in its right timing. So timing actually wouldn't be like 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, pause. Ideally, you don't do that, especially at the higher level. You go, what you would want to do, you're like, obviously a lot of jabs, and I think switching stances, switching positions, there's nothing wrong with that unless you know what to do with it. So, for example, I start from like here. Just to, because I know they throw jab, I counter them. Again, depending, I need to look at the girls and know, just to see a couple things, how tall she is approximately, just to know in advance where to go and what to do, and a little bit of. There's nothing wrong with looking up your opponent, if they have any materials, you can just see, right, what they're doing. So, boom, like, and against the longer ones, actually works like I have here, keep my hands here, but you see, I'm not like this. I keep them like this because, for me, this doesn't work. I usually don't reach from this point. Like I don't have that long hands. I rather sneak myself in the middle range. It's like push myself, try to get their jab here, boom, push it like this. So this is how I would throw the jab. Stomach goes go, switching the stances. I like to switch stance, and I would want to try it if I am able to execute it at that point under the pressure stress. I don't know. But one thing I know, I would try to get in. And I was like, boom, boom, boom. That's one thing I know I would do, and that would work. Because you don't. There's one thing when someone comes on you that they do one thing, like 1, 2, or just one punch, 2 punch. You also can see that face. And there's another thing. If you watch Valentina versus Zhang Weili, Valentina is a perfect example. She's like, she waits for you. So they come on you, and it works also for it works very not only on offense but also on defense. You're like, and it works very well. Like those like usually 3 puncher combos. Short ones, quite short ones, because again, if I had a longer time, I train longer punches, like bam, bam, that kind of stuff. I'll do that more and more. But I'm talking about in the short term, for the short term preparation, what would I focus on that might increase my chances for success? Do you think you could take that girl behind you? I think that's a boy. I'm not sure, it's a boy and it's a kid. So no, I'm not fighting kids. Like I'm not trying to take out kids. Like never. Oh, it's girl. No, you're right. Yeah, I never seen her. She's another girl. So they're like a BJJ. They're training BJJ. I don't know what's probably not in a BJJ, but boxing. You never know. You should never underestimate anyone. I think that's a good approach. Just see what they are on the ring, and before maybe, and just be ready. They made me spar with the people 100 pounds lighter than me. I feel so bad. Well, do the technical sparring. When you have someone lighter, Muhammad Ali would train with the lightweights for the footwork purposes. So you can take something from it for yourself. That's why usually sometimes coaches put heavy weights against the light weights, or even it doesn't matter, girl, boy. It's like more like a light different, the weight difference. For you, you can try to match their speed, without punching them hard or anything like that, but create enough obstacle, for them to also be able to work through and push and go on the offense. So shortly saying, you can work quite well defensively, and you can really relax and learn how to relax your footwork with the lighter weights. Also by trying to match their speed. And for them, if you're bigger than them, it's even if you go slower than someone from the weight class, your hand reach and everything is so much bigger. It's already more difficult to even land one punch for them. So there is a kind of like an achievement if you're like against a guy. I went in a good, like I whip, for example, and if my uppercut touches your chin as someone who's bigger, and it happens like, that means it's actually good work for me. That means, wow, okay, that's a big thing against someone who is way taller, way bigger. The only thing from you is you kind of need to learn how to don't feel bad about it, but match your power. So learn how to work like easy and fast. You don't go heavy, and stop if there's too much for them. Try to observe them. Slow down if it's needed. So your bigger guys are like older brothers, big gentle giants. So take that role. You give the pace in that case. You take the control, and you both can benefit from it. Okay, all right. So like this is a, let's think about this. This is a little bit problematic distance, like when you are somewhere in between the safe distance and middle distance, and you kind of your hands up, and then you're like, oh, how do I get in? What do I do? Well, this is the fast combos, like this, usually might work. Yeah, you might get, if they are as explosive as you are, you might get it back, but you kind of are like, obviously move a little bit, relax, keep your hands, You can always also react, they throw, especially in the first round, just to play like a single, you you know, like, something like this, you know, just try to play, try to see what works, what doesn't. Don't waste too much energy, especially if you're a beginner, and because as a beginner, as someone who wants to get that experience, before going hard, you need to learn how to pace properly, but then gradually increase, you know, your how energy contribute into those combos, into those punches. There are gonna be moments that you see that one thing, 1-2 went, like just speed 1-2 went clean, and you see that your opponent is like this. It's a clear moment. You can kind of go like for technical knockout, like bam, 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 bam. You can try if you see that they are done, because it's about also psychology in a big scale. You know what I mean? A bigger scale maybe. So for you, it's also, just because someone is better in the long distance, it doesn't mean that you have to give up. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying that usually close distance and semi-plunging and try to find gaps. Sometimes that's just more comfortable position. Try to seek those. You know, try to keep your guard up. Don't let through too many punches. Let them get tired a little bit by trying to counter you and that kind of stuff, because everyone gets tired, especially in the beginning level. And then when you see that, oh, okay, there's a little bit hands down, that's a good indicator. Most of people who do this, teasing, like elite levels, they do it just to tease you. But most of people who drop hands and do this, they're actually tired. Their arms are tired. They are not as fast anymore. They're gonna try to just keep their hands, boom. It's faster to throw punch from here than boom. So especially if you have long hands, so it has to kind of, so that already indicates that that's the time to increase the pressure, get in, try to go for it, you know, and try to keep breaking them. Okay. Longs like bricks, hands like dude. Oh yeah, depends. It's good to have opposite, but yeah, I'm Georgian, by the way. You know, Mirab and Ilya, originally from the same country, but right now I'm in Vietnam, in the China. Let me check the time. Yeah, I need to be done by 7, so I have an extra hour. Okay. 1 versus 1, what do you think? Better boxing, BJJ, or something? Well, the funny thing is, as much as MMA is the most optimal, like skill-wise, because well, you can react for takedown, you can, like, you know, you're just more equipped in the street. But at the same time, boxing or I don't know, anything except BJJ. BJJ is great for self-defense, more like a women, maybe in your bed position. But you in a bar fight or in a street fight, you don't want to end up on your back. You don't want someone be about you and their friends coming in and they have something sharp. You don't want that from happening, right? So usually boxing, it's like 1-2, and if you are well trained, even on the amateur level, if you have powerful like 1-2 combo, fight is done usually. Because also consider it's not the glove, it's like a fist, so it like has way more impact on the jaw, so it's like has a bigger knockout force as well. So I would say MMA generally, because well, in different situations of the assault, or street fight, or anything. Again, I'm not talking about guns, obviously the best self-defense stance and stuff. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's like real hard training. But anyways, I'm just saying that I would say most of the fights start from 1-2 combo. Heavy bag or speed bag? Heavy bag.
Let's go.
I'm 25 years old. Okay. Okay. I think I'm pretty much done today. Whew. Ideally, I would do more, but I have in a couple hours I have a karaoke night. So like for 3 hours, I'm gonna be on my feet hosting there. So, by the way, I can live stream that one. So feel free to join if you want to see me singing and other people singing too. But yeah, that's the thing. So let's see what they say. Let's see about if that girl agrees, and then I'm gonna focus pretty much on that kind of training because that's the best thing I can do for the. That's the best thing I can do for like short-term preparation, shortly saying. Yeah, chat today is a little bit like, it's funny when my moderators are not here, including my husband. People go like, I mean, that's okay. It's easy to say whatever you want when you're behind the keyboard and the screen. But here, let me explain what I'm doing here. I'm doing lives. There's some people who follow me for some time. Super great people, super respectful, also training, or just recently started training themselves. And you know, we are a community that try to base the relationships on the respect and sense of humor. All good. I'm not blocking everything like jokes and stuff. But yeah, just because I'm not having the time to moderate and someone like my moderators are not here, it's well, all you're doing is actually giving me some sort of engagement, which is appreciated. Letting you know that usually we don't accept that tone. That's if you wanna watch OnlyFans, if you want to watch I don't know, something else, buy women's underwear, all that kind of stuff. There are other platforms for that. I look like a Ronda Rousey. I've been told a couple of times, not too often. Much respect. I love art of boxing and train hard as well. Appreciate it, and that's great. I wish you all the best in your training. And well, stick around. We boxing people, mixed martial art people, people who love sports, who love challenging ourselves, trying to keep getting better with that lifestyle. We need to stick together. I was going auntie. Oh, when people call me like that, and yeah, they're like people 15 years old. They're like, I've heard that a couple times. Hey, Auntie Diana is like, Am I auntie already? Is it like, oh, I'm 25? Like it feels that like I was 15 like a couple of years ago myself. So she's 100% calm. Some of you are just disrespectful. Well, that's okay. Respectful people get a lot of disrespect, but setting tone is an important thing. I still gonna have a basic respect, and I'm telling things like that respectfully. But if some other people think that they, there's some so-called energy vampire people who just want to trigger you. I'm not really getting triggered. As I said, you are giving more engagement to my channel. Algorithm looks at it that it needs to push and promote my content more. So you actually do me a favor. But I'm always going to do my best to be respectful to others, even if they're not respectful at the beginning. And many times the beautiful things happen, and if you show respect, all of a sudden that respect comes back to you. And I think life becomes more meaningful when we have respect towards each other. I appreciate for subscribing. Thank you. When will you start? Do you record your sessions? Well, I'm live streaming my sessions usually. Mixing the training plus tips and that kind of stuff. Obviously, I train plus, outside of the live streams too sometimes. So it's not only the trainings I do on the live stream. My biggest hurdle, and I'm also being vulnerable and open about the way, because one of the things I said I will share a genuine positives and challenges of trying to get into close to competitive level, what's the first experiences. Regarding sparring, again, if that girl agrees, on the 6th of December they will have like an inner boxing open ring tournament, sort of, in Netron Sport tonight, and that's great. So yeah, I'm gonna announce it once I know that I have an opponent. If I don't have, I'll say that too. And in that case, I'll just gonna keep focusing on the longer term training. So definitely keep improving my endurance and stamina and that kind of stuff. And potentially maybe do that in Thailand. So I'll do like a first fight in the Thailand. Which country are you, dude? I'm in Vietnam, dude. Vietnam, Nha Trang City. Say something about Islam Makhachev wrestling. Well, one of the best wrestlings in the UFC. People call Islam boring, but he actually has a good striking. I enjoy watching his striking. It's not that flamboyant, but he has a very good distance control, kicks. Just because he's kind of having like a super quick transition between like his striking, and all of a sudden he decides to go for a takedown. Like I enjoy watching him. To me, he cannot be considered boring fighter. They are more entertaining fighters, no doubt, but they are usually also not perfect. The point is sometimes more entertaining fighters are not as good mixed martial arts. They might have this one good tool, or that one good skill or technique, or they're good particularly in stance, usual striking, but they have lack of the ground game. But they essentially lose at some point. So, yeah, I'm just saying that, yeah, it's like a different thing. As a mixed martial artist, I think he's great. I want you to also push yourself in wrestling, and jiu-jitsu will give you the best workout. Well, I've done some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I've done some wrestling before. We trained like together, different friends from wrestling background, boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, and I would do some. I did some wrestling training too. I like it. I actually naturally like wrestle, but as I said, right now BJJ, one of the it just gets you injuries. I mean, somehow it's very hard to go through a BJJ and just learn technique. It's actually easier to learn technique safely in the boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai than in BJJ. And like those sneaky, unpredictable injuries, like toes, fingers, knees, like dislocated shoulder, not fun. So right now, since I'm trying to get competitive into boxing, there's just no point for me to focus on that. Have you fought tigers already? No, I haven't been in Thailand yet. Do you want to be in Vietnam? Super affordable, feels like home, and me and my husband here, well, saving us some money, you know, just training with familiar people and combining a peaceful pace of daily life, but also, you know, contributing for our long-term goals. It just feels a great place for it. Thailand is near, like, relatively close, so and I have people in Thailand, my friends, including from Georgia, who are fighting, competitive, and that kind of stuff, and coaches. So it wouldn't be a problem for me. One of the visa runs, for example, just go there for a week, have a fight, for example, and organize in advance. So, like, that wouldn't be a problem. Also, you know, appropriate level, that kind of stuff. That also matters for, you know, confidence and building up. Performance, first few fights, even though I don't know, I might be making like a strategical mistake going that fight with that girl who is she's actually active MMA, meaning she probably has a better, like, quite a good stamina, you know, for competitive. I don't know if she was just boxing. But that's the thing. I might make a mistake because she might be better in many of those factors. But because it's like it's not even an official record, that would be more like an open ring tournament. Like, why not? Why not? It's good to see where you are when you have a good challenge. In Thailand, they're different. Like, you can start from like someone. You can have a good match according to your level, endurance, skill, and then you can go higher. They're like a different competition.
Let's go. Come on.
Any boxers or strike fighters you take inspiration from, male or female? Well, there are many, of course. I can tell you from boxing. Like lately, watching Crawford, Terence Crawford was changed something in me, meaning that my approach, and it might be a long way to really get there skill-wise and physically, but the approach, looking at the boxing as the chess game and just purely delve into it. Before, it would have been for me like, oh, I gotta survive, or I gotta fight, I gotta throw punches. Now it's more, you know, manipulate that space, playing the game of inches. So I think my attitude toward boxing evolved, and I think that's great, because I think long term they're gonna give me more than just training and just, you know, grinding without an actual having the right purpose. I'm doing well, thank you. Does your husband fight as well? If so, which one of you has the most experience? He's actually not a fighter. He's never been a fighter. He used to be a base jumper, a proximity wingsuit flyer. So it's he's been, and obviously skydiver, because you need to become a skydiver first to base jump after, maybe. And a lot of skydivers never go there because base jumping has quite a high mortality rate. And he used to do, because I'm saying he used to do because he had a crash and he had some difficulties. He's been in coma. They found a gastrointestinal tumor in his body. He, you know, lost a lot of weight during the coma. Then he had to gain that weight, get surgery. And obviously base jumping is an expensive sport. So he used to do that like in the previous decade of his life, and now, well, it happened around 5 years ago, and we are together and married. We married quite soon, so it's we're like 3 years going together and training together. So basically, I'm training him. So he learned how to throw punches. He's a big guy, and you know, he learned how to throw those powerful kicks and punches, which is, you know, good. But primarily he did the extreme sports as a professional. I hope next live stream he's going to be here, so he can just engage in the chat himself. Base jumper is pretty cool. Yeah, it's dangerous. I'm saying this. Hold up. What did you say? IG, you'll be better off with recording or hosting fights too if you're not aiming at that already. I'm aiming. Who said I'm not? So if you would take Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan did some competitive kickboxing. He actually has one of the best spinning back kicks. Like, remember that video where he was teaching GSP and all of them were like, wow, like if that lands, it's like a donkey kick, you know? So it's just a part of the journey. I'm not and I said it before in this live stream, aiming for a stardom level. That's also the higher you get, the bigger money becomes. So if I naturally, I don't know, if I actually gonna be that competitive, and if I actually gonna develop that talent and vision and get there, maybe I'll do more higher level fights too. But my purpose right now is just to keep growing my channel, talk about fights, / showing my journey and kind of like showing a relatable journey. Because when you look at the boxing stars and MMA stars, you think that they're not human, and you think that they are like super elite, and they are. They actually reach that level. Like, they're pacing, their body composition, the O2 max, all of those things are on higher level. And it's a combination of genetics, but also that specific aim work. And the higher they get, the more resources they have to support it as well. But I'm just someone same as you are, right? And I'm a girl, right? So that could be something interesting for other females as well, like nuances of, okay, you know what? I want to do the fights. Despite what I do apart from that, like YouTubing, doing personal training, doing sessions, motivational coaching, I kind of build it all together. But now a hero's arc is to, get there and kind of show you all of it, the other sides of it. Like, for example, I'm probably gonna be scared as shit before the fight. Scared meaning like shaking, like having my legs getting weak. But like before, I wouldn't be able to control that emotion. Now, I try to follow Castamaro's teachings that learn to, instead of going inward, push that fight and release that fear outward. Like imagine you're going out in the world, like release that aura and go into fight and flight and just focus. And I'm trying to practice that too. So like all these emotions, all the experiences, I think those are the things that are real and are relatable, and a lot of people do themselves. And that also kind of takes away that illusion about that, someone who's doing that, they're brave, they're good, they were like, they're fearless, which is not true. We're all scared, we all fear things, but it depends how we channel it. And this is like another side of it. It's a beautiful practice of self-awareness, emotional control, patience, but also being able to drop yourself in the fight and flight and like go release that fire, being able to ignite that fire first and then release it. But yeah, as I said, but long term, when I'm an older lady, not even older lady, like literally when I'm like in my 30s, for example, I think I would rather do that. I would rather do interviews, commentaries, connecting, do entertaining but / educational and inspirational content where the younger people can watch, and the entertainment gets their minds and makes them watch the content, the show, because they are like just engaged. But there is also the information and value that they're actually learning something, and then values and inspiration that helps them to navigate in their life. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it, but there is a way to go, and I'm actually quite excited for it. Boxing. That's boxing. Yes, that's right. But we do UFC live streams quite often, and I do UFC like commentators talking about fights, and talking, in my opinions, who wins why, and or sometimes I'm not sure, and I share my opinions regarding that as well. Have you trained in Thailand? No, I haven't been in Thailand yet. Yeah, I'm happy you have a plan about how you envision your channel. I already find it pretty educational. Me and my little bro like UFC and watch your live streams. That's sweet. I appreciate it, and thank you. Thank you. Also, guys, your feedbacks are highly appreciated, but it's also very useful, very helpful. So someone, for example, said make shorts for certain combos, like different combos, just a combo shorts, and that's a good idea because, well, I'm gonna do it. So if you have any ideas, something that you would like to see that I'm not doing so far, I'll look into it. I'll try my best to practice it. Do you train in Thailand? I'm thinking of going there. My job is remote and Thai is week 2. I think I can easily pull it off. Well, actually, a lot of foreigners build their records there. There's like my friend who's coach in Thailand now. He sent me one guy. He said, "Yeah, no, it's easy to. It's a good place to start your record. Doesn't matter if it's Muay Thai, boxing, both are good." And he sent me that Russian guy's record. He's like 7-0. And it's not like all Thai are, there's some Thai level Thais, but very often they're smaller, and there is like I think Thai boxing is like almost everyone, even lady boys do that. So you know what I mean? So the competition is like mixed, and yeah, it is potential to build a good record and get the experience. It's not like you want to build a fake record with easy fights. It's not that. It's more about being strategic, because you don't want to from the beginning create a resistance and put yourself, rather be just a journeyman for a little money. I wouldn't do that at all, I'll be honest. No disrespect to the journeyman, but I don't want to be in that situation. I want to, main goal, to get experience, and to get experience you need to evolve. It's not the best idea to have first fights with the elite level that you know you're gonna lose. And it's not, but you need to experience. No, you don't. In the beginning, you shouldn't. You should experience at higher level when you have like a gradually growing experience. But that also, therefore, that means that every and each of your fights should be, okay, first couple fights should be, okay, easy, just to get into groove with some journeymen and journey women. Then you need to evolve. You need to evolve the competition, and you need someone, a coach or someone who can find you a good match, and then you evolve gradually from the fight to fight. That's gonna help you to grow. Hope to meet you in person someday. Yeah, I mean, why not? Show some boxing. Well, I'm already done with my training, and I'm gonna wrap up the live stream soon. So stay tuned. I'm gonna live stream another training as well. I tried jiu-jitsu. Yes, I did. David Goggins style. It's a cycle style. Inspirational thing. I'm from Georgia originally, from Georgia, the country. Same country as Mirab and Ilya originally. I can't believe GDM got DDP'd yesterday. Now, it wasn't necessarily that unexpected, but what I was surprised actually, where all his footwork went. So I actually thought that he might have a little bit advantage in the striking. Not like big necessarily, but a slight advantage. But Islam was way better in the stance as well. Like Islam was way better in everything. So, well, he proved that he is definitely the GOAT. He is. You can't deny that. But for GDM, I think there is like just he got broken. He broke psychologically too, and that is never helpful. You know that. Can fighters still be smoked and perform at high level? Well, ask Carlos Prates. The guy is smoking the week before fight. He's like eating whatever he wants, still passing his weight, and like he's super entertaining. I think he's one of the entertaining welterweights at this point. But yeah, so I guess what he does. So the attitude is also good. You gotta have that attitude. Or do you ignore me? Why? I didn't see the chat. There are a lot of messages, so sorry for that. As a fighter, I will be watching some of your videos and learning combos. Appreciate it, thanks. And yeah, from fellow fighters, I always appreciate their insight, their combos, their favorite approaches, stories. So always feel free to share anything new. Sometimes some people try my approach combo or some certain tips that I give on my live streams, and then come back on the next live stream like, you know what, that worked for me well. Or opposite, they're like, you know what, like that didn't really work, but I appreciate any feedback and any engagement. So feel free to share your stories, your experiences as well. Have to go now, but nice to catch your stream again. Say hi to Base Jumper Habas. Yes, I will. When he wakes up. Thank you, appreciate it, and thanks for coming along. Carlos is my guy. We need to train those lungs too. Yeah, the guy is like, привет. Да, я сейчас. А я заканчиваю тоже, так что я все равно перед себя. Так, я это просто отодвину. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna start getting moving a little bit. Gonna have to prepare for another live stream too, which is karaoke. So, well, hold up. Actually, let me stand here. I will be there in a bit. So feel free to join for that one too. Are you interested in becoming a movie star or supermodel? Participating in a movie, in a cool action movie, not a bad thing. But there are negative sides of modeling for sure, and acting as well, like full time. So I wouldn't do that. I'm more for a peaceful life. I'm more for spending most of my time with the beloved ones, with my family, do some valuable stuff like that. More like at this point I'm live streaming, but do the coaching, do the open meetings, that kind of stuff, and potentially do some work for martial art commentary, something like that in the future. You never know, you gotta get the right connection, you gotta get big enough. That's why I'm growing this platform independently, together with my husband. We'll grow it independently. When it becomes big enough, then new doors open and that kind of stuff. But yeah, as I said, not full-time acting, nothing like that. Not really interested. Love it. Appreciate it. You never tell kids to shut up unless you're their coach. So look at this. That's his coach, and he's trying to teach them discipline. But they're also little, so they're not going to do things perfectly. You're going to have the understanding of that. But it's already great that they're growing in this environment. Since they are like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, and they're doing this, they're going to end up in the good places in life. As long as they stick around, as long as they're surrounded with the right people. I love watching kids. I don't mind them yelling, screaming. I worked with kids as well. I had some kids classes, functional training, that kind of stuff. My Instagram is in how do you call that? Привет, как дела? Как нога? Постепенно, молодец. Yeah, anyways, I'm done for today. And my Instagram, I was saying, my Instagram is my YouTube bio, so you can check that one out. So check it there. But I'm not very active on Instagram, like messaging wise and that kind of stuff. I'm from Georgia. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks to you very much for being here. Have a great day or night, depending where you're from. And I see you in the next live stream. Feel free to join for the later live stream. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next live stream. Ciao.